my name is Simony Antunes. I'm here with the Hero in You with a new exciting episode. We're on Unity, and the comic book hero we're going to be using is the Avengers as an example. And we're here right now at the Campanelli Stadium. We're going to be interviewing the Brockton Rox baseball team, and we're going to be interviewing Norm LaViolette. Also, we're going to be interviewing Tracey Sylvestre. Here we have Christopher Bazile, and he's our co-producer in the Hero in You program. So, Christopher, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Christopher Bazile. I'm the co-producer, as she said. I'm a spontaneous guy. I'm a bit of an extrovert. I'm a bit of an introvert. I like sports, music, fashion, like video games, and I like to have a good time, honestly. Yeah.
All right. And I also understand we're going to be interviewing two more members.
Yeah, Chinyere, she's a Zumba director, and also Noube Rateau, he's a filmmaker.
All right, everybody. So this is Christopher Bazile. I'm Simony Antunes, and we hope that you enjoy this new episode of Hero in You.
I started Zumba when I was having problems with my knee, and I went to the doctors. Then I was about 365 pounds weight. I went to the doctors having health issues with my knee, back, and everything, and they told me that I needed knee surgery. But the first doctor that I went to told me I need to go for a second opinion, which I did, and they told me, it was a tough word to take in. He said, you know what, you don't need any surgery. You need to go lose some weight because you're still young. I said, okay. I took the words, took it in, and I walked right into Workout Wall when they just opened, and I met a lady named Carol Perry, the first Zumba instructor that I met in here. I fell in love with what I saw in here. The music, the culture, it was different. I mean, it was just so contagious I couldn't help myself. And she looked at me and she said, would you like to be an instructor? And I said, me? I don't think so, not me. Deep down inside me, thinking of what the doctor told me, I needed knee surgery. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I'm so overweight. How am I going to do this? And she said, I just need you to just keep coming to class. And that was just what inspired me. And gradually, I fell in love with Zumba, got into the beats, got my own license, and started building up myself and my students. The first and one big thing that I like with that word unity, when I walk into this class, I see people from different nationality, different cultures, and I just embrace people the way they are and who they are. It doesn't matter what nationality you're from. I try to get everyone to come together under the same roof. We just dance and have fun. It's an hour, but it feels like that 1 hour means a lot to me. Just knowing the fact that people are happy and they feel empty, but they feel spirit when they leave the room. So that unity, that 1 hour means a lot to me. So I try to make that 1 hour the best out of the day when I'm here. I try to give it the best when I'm here, 100%.
I have to tell you, about 8 years ago, I started doing Chi. I was in the back of the room, but because of her energy and because she includes everybody in this class together, all walks of life, I ended up being in the front of the room dancing with everyone, and she brings us all together and makes us feel powerful.
As a fellow instructor, I felt really welcomed. I've known Chi now going on 2 years, and it feels like I've known her forever. So she's just really encouraged me. She's inspired me. She's really made me feel like you can do this, and it's great to see a fellow Zin, lifting everyone up and making everyone feel so welcome.
We leave here feeling refreshed, energized, and on the top of the world. And that's how I feel that she brings energy and all of us together and united, because we are all one, and that's how we feel when we leave here.
Respect, advocate, include. And she does those three things. She's so respectful of her members, respectful of others. She will advocate for you till the cows come home, and she will always include everyone. Doesn't matter who, whether you're a beginner or you're a strong Zumba member, she will include you in the class.
The most important thing is showing love, spreading love, no matter what color, and just trying to be together, togetherness, under one roof. It takes a lot to do that, but believe you, one thing Zumba has done, the Zumba community as a whole, is trying to bring everyone from different walks of life just to come together to bring peace and spreading love under one roof.
And next, you're going to see one of my interviews that I did with Tracey Sylvestre, one of the co-founders of Let's Make Friends here at the Brockton Main Branch Library. Enjoy. Welcome back to Hearing You. My name is Elsa, and today we're talking to the lovely Tracey.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Well, I love coming to the library with my daughter, and your kids are amazing. And today's topic is unity.
Yeah.
So what does unity mean to you?
Unity basically means coming together, and coming together for the greater good, so that we can empower one another, that we can grow and learn from each other, despite our differences. And that's when we consider all those factors. That's what makes unity so powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How do we teach our children unity?
Well, we definitely want to always let them know how they're very unique, okay? We're not gonna always make the same decisions and always think with, one brain and all of us as a collective, but we want to consider inclusion and letting them know that diversity is very important, especially in this community. We're such a diverse,
Brockton's
very, very diverse. And with that being so, we want to expose our children to different cultures, different people, so that they can know that, there's so much that other people have to offer. There are many gifts that we have to offer.
Languages, food.
Oh, food.
I know, food.
Yeah, absolutely. And, doing that, we do such a benefit to our children and to the community, as a whole.
Totally.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. See, when I came here to Let's Make Friends,
Okay.
I noticed all the different stuff, and I loved it because my daughter, who's learning Spanish, is kind of learning everything else at once. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
it's like an awesome thing to see. And one thing about this program that I noticed too is that parents learn different cultures, different techniques. Like
They do.
they really do, right? Like how we raise our kids.
A lot. So I can't just say just one thing. I've learned tons from different parents. I've learned hair skills. Believe it or not, yes, we read this. We're big on early literacy, but I tell you, figuring out, okay, what's a protective style for my child's hair, and learning that different cultures have different hair, and that different products may be different to different kids, and just sharing those tips. So I've learned hair care from parents. I've learned self-love.
Self-love.
You taught me, okay? Yeah. Self-love. From different people's perspectives, because sometimes our what we think self-love is maybe this much, and then other people may just add and fill, and we talk about filling each other's buckets and filling our children's buckets.
Yes.
So self-love, I've been having so many different people in the community, in this group, filling my bucket with self-love. It just grows. It just gets bigger.
Power of unity.
Yes, the power of unity.
That's the power
yes,
of unity.
absolutely.
Different things you learn from different people.
Yes.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for having this interview with
My
me.
goodness, thank you.
Thank you for the program that you guys have here. Let's Make Friends here in Brockton, the library.
Yes.
Wednesdays 10 to 12, correct?
Absolutely.
10 to 12.
Yes.
Come be with us.
With the
Come learn
lovely
the
Miss
skills.
Yvette and lovely Miss Debbie. So come with us.
And Miss Tracey,
And of course, yeah.
Come join us, and let's just get united, and let's just be a big, happy family.
Yeah, a lovely community. And thank you for being a wonderful friend, wonderful mother.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's Elsa, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Based on the interview with Tracey Sylvestre, the library has many resources available to the public. High school teacher and filmmaker Noube Rateau released a documentary called I Am You. He talks about the immigration challenges in America. Let's play the clip.
Unity means to me not agreement, but it means perspective. It means empathy. It means different people putting themselves in different positions where they can empathize with somebody. So it doesn't necessarily mean agreement, but it means empathy and perspective. I think that's the true essence of unity. Well, I think this documentary has so many different sides of perspective of immigration, whether it comes from an angel mom. An angel mom is someone that Donald Trump actually coined the phrase for someone who lost their son or daughter through someone that's undocumented. We have a dreamer, which is someone who came to this country as a child who wasn't able to get official paperwork. And then we have first generation immigrants who came in here in the legal process. And all three of them talk about their struggles, within the situation, but ultimately they want the same thing. They want, a good family. They want a safe environment. They want to be respected, and they want to be able to, live the American dream. So different perspectives, but ultimately they all have the same goals. And I think, this documentary has so many drastic different perspectives. But at the end of the day, we want to show you, and the name of the documentary is called I Am You, that ultimately we are human at the foundation level, and we all want the same thing.
See, one of the directors, Noube Rateau, he was a teacher of mine when I was in high school, and he was aware of the immigration issues I was going through, and when he was making this film, he had said, like, hey, do you want to share your story? And I jumped right on it. I mean, I thought, you know what, it would be a good way to let some things out and to spend time with a teacher of mine in a project that both me and him can probably connect on.
I saw Noube post on Facebook that he was looking for people who were willing to share their story on immigration, and Noube and I go way back since high school, and so I kind of slid in his DM and said, hey, I got a story that I'd like to share, and hopefully that it motivates and inspires people to look at immigration a little bit differently.
It's pretty much the same thing as the title, right? Like, I am you. I realize that there's so many different people with different backgrounds. We all have gone through something very similar, and together we are working towards a direction of trying to make change, trying to see if something can be done about the immigration policies set today. And that's where I feel like we come together, united, unity.
I think unity played a role in my experience, being the fact that I work as a school adjustment counselor, like a school social worker in Brockton at Brockton High School, and often I work with students whose immigration status, either personally or with their status or their family members, impact their ability to function in school. And so it kind of related to my life work and my personal life, where, growing up in an immigrant household and, having my own struggles on my father's side with immigration, it definitely motivated me to talk about like unity, right? And to love one another and to motivate and aspire to inspire one another, despite, our differences, right? We may look different, or come from different walks of life, but we can all unify under, coming to America to seek the American dream.
The biggest advice I can give to a film director is to be consistent. Because ultimately, I keep telling them when I'm not the best, I'm not even the best in my city, never alone in the area, but I'm the most consistent. And I think consistency is everything. It's that ultimately, you're going through some struggles, and I've won Emmy Awards, I've lost Emmy Awards, I haven't been nominated. I've been accepted to film festivals, I've been rejected by more than I can even count. I keep coming back over and over again. And the thing about rejection, you keep knocking on your door, eventually your knuckles get stronger for the fight. Okay, so I think just being consistent, that's what's going to win you over to the top. And also, on a technical level, you need to become a triple threat. So if you want to film and you like being in front of the camera, know what the editor does. If you want to be an editor, know what the camera person does. If you want to be a camera person, know what the editor does, and vice versa. Know how to ask questions, to be a talent, to be able to edit film in terms of nonlinear editing, Premiere or Final Cut, and also be able to work a camera. Because once you know what other positions do, it makes the position that you're most passionate about, it makes you better than that. So I think becoming a triple threat and being consistent is the biggest advice I can give to a filmmaker.
Thank you. The Avengers is a superhero team that consists of individuals with different talents, mindsets, and backgrounds. However, they understand that each member's unique talents are vital to the team's success. Like the Brockton Rox baseball team, they all bring in their different talents together so they can be a success. And we interviewed Norm LaViolette, and he goes into explaining how unity is very important with the team. We hope you enjoy the interview.
How did I get started with the Rox? Oh, I'll try to answer that as fast as I can. So my background, as you might guess, is entertainment. So I own comedy clubs and theaters in Boston and New York City and around the country. So my background is entertainment. When the previous ownership group was selling, I knew the previous ownership group. They had said, oh, you should get involved. I was like, absolutely not. I got enough going on. But then I talked to Brian Kahn, who's the other owner, and he had a similar vision of what we wanted to create here. And so I was like, all right, at the end of the day, for me, this is another stage. It's another stage to create, and I think it actually has the ability to not only artistically give me something to work on, but impact, I think, families and community in a way that, even comedy clubs, while they're important, they can't do. I think teams, they go where the leader goes. And I think so much of being a leader and bringing people together is just telling people they can. It's an amazing thing. When you start telling people they can, oddly enough, they do. When you tell people they can't, they won't. And so much of it is for me coming in, especially in an organization like this that has seen some ups and downs over the course of the years, to really kind of change the thought process here and constantly getting people to think about how we can do something as opposed to why we can't. And that I feel like more than anything is the main skill that is needed for a leader of an organization like this. Well, sportsmanship, for me, it's remembering at the end of the day that this is a game, it's entertainment, nobody dies, it's a game, right? And so sportsmanship is have fun with the game. When everybody's having fun, it's amazing how good the sportsmanship is. When people are miserable, the sportsmanship goes right down with it, right? So it's if we all have fun, and if we think about it as, sure, we're opponents on the field, but we're still both teams are delivering this entertainment product together, right? Both teams are. And so like when I do my thing where I ride my motorcycle around like in the sixth inning, going crazy, but when I ride by the opposing dugout and stuff like that, I ride by, I slow down, and I just thank them all for being here. We can't play if they don't come. So how about, and on the field we can have a lot of fun and joke around, but it's also nice to say, hey, thanks for being here. And I think that's what sportsmanship is, making sure you have fun and you're thanking everybody who makes it happen.
I think making sure that everyone feels a part of the team, making sure that whether it's a quiet kid, someone who's a vocal leader, everyone feels like they have a part. So, whatever I can do to reach out to the kids that might need it and then hang around with the kids that are, a little bit more vocal. I just try to make sure everyone feels like they're a part of the team.
Baseball's a team game. You can't do it without your teammates and everything like that. So a big chemistry thing, always, going out to dinner with your teammates and everything and getting to know them and all that stuff. So usually chemistry and working together to get on the field and have fun.
I think to keep the team unified, it's really important to acknowledge each other's achievements, but to also hold each other accountable when one person hasn't lived up to the expectations that were put onto them. So I guess just, celebrating people when they do great, but also making sure they know they're all right when they're not performing their best.
Sportsmanship is a combination of respect for the game and respect for the other team and respect for your own teammates. I think it's a lot more focused on the bigger picture and kind of how it all comes together rather than just the individual focuses.
Sportsmanship, it's just like respect. You're respecting the other team, you respect your teammates, everything like that. We're all out here for one goal, and one goal only is to win every game. But it's also respect. You gotta have respect for your teammates, have respect for the other team, and just have fun.
I think it's really important for sportsmanship that you have respect for your other teammates and the game itself. I think that it's really showcases what kind of player you really are when you have that kind of respect for the game.
If you're young, you just got to do this stuff, have fun, do it as often as you can, get outside as much as you can. It's really easy in the summertime to just stay inside, stay on the iPads and the PlayStation and whatnot, and I get all that. I went through that, but looking back on it, I wish I had spent as much time outside with my buddies, just growing like that. So that's my biggest recommendation is when you're a kid, be a kid. That'll help you when you're older.
Everything you do, you just got to work hard at what you want to do in life. Like every day I come out here, I do my best thing to be great teammates, be a better person every day, and be a better athlete. But the main thing for me is to be a better person.
I think the most important piece of advice I could give is to always put in 110%, always hustle on and off the field, and try to be the teammate that makes your teammates better.
What I would say to the youth of Brockton is a couple things. Is, you absolutely can. And no matter who tells you you can't or what environment tells you that you can't, It's a false narrative if you refuse to believe it. You can. And then it's when you start thinking in the terms of you can, you start finding other people that either think like you or can help you there. So trying to always find the ways that you can do something as opposed to the reasons that you can't. And then on the sportsmanship side of it, remember that all this, it's a game, right? That's why they call it a game, to have fun. If they didn't want you to have fun, they'd call it work, right? It's a game. And so remembering that at all levels, and no matter if you're the best athlete and you're crushing it, or you're the person riding all the way down at the end of the bench, if everybody has fun, right? If the top athlete is working with the last kid on the roster, if those two are working together to have fun, it's amazing what the culture will become. And once you build a culture, it becomes real tough to stop a positive culture.
Hey Simony, it was a pretty cool interview with Norm Lavalette. Can you tell me about it? What were your thoughts about it?
Oh my God, I loved it. I love that he's a positive guy. Had me almost in tears. I love the fact that he was saying that if you think you can't, just know that you can, and that anything is possible. And so that's very inspiring. And to have a leader speak that into their team is very powerful.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. When I thought about the interview, I thought it was very laid back. I thought he was very a cool guy, and it was very interactive. I really liked him. He was wearing a very funky colored suit.
I love the suit.
It was pretty cool. Yeah. And Norm's a good guy, and good luck to his Brockton Rox.
Definitely, good luck.
Overall, we've learned the importance of unity. Our final example comes from issue number 6 of the Avengers, written by Jason Aaron. In this issue, powerful cosmic beings called Dark Celestials are attacking Earth. The Avengers decided to split up to deal with the threat. While Thor, She-Hulk, Iron Man, and Ghost Rider were fighting the Dark Celestials on Earth, Captain America, Black Panther, and Captain Marvel were elsewhere trying to push them back in space. Despite their individual powers and strengths, the Avengers struggled to defeat the Dark Celestials. Then Iron Man had an epiphany after remembering what Icarus of the Eternals told him about a psychic power called Unimind. He immediately told his teammates this entity was the key to combining their powers. The Avengers all agreed to listen to Iron Man and put their minds together. The Unimind allowed them to reunite and summon all of their powers. Therefore, they were able to stop the threat and save the world. Had the Avengers not worked together as a team in the middle of the battle, the Dark Celestials would have easily destroyed Earth. Instead, the Avengers were able to work as a dynamic team by simply understanding the power of unity. If you want to share how you are promoting unity in your community, please check out our website, www.findthehero.com. Also follow on Twitter at The Hero in You. Please follow us on our Instagram at The Hero in You. Don't forget to like us on our Facebook at www.facebook.com/The Hero in You. Subscribe us on our YouTube page, Hero in You, and finally follow us on our brand new TikTok page at Hero_in You.
You can find the hero in you.